How's everybody doing today? This is my second video of the day. Hope you're all having a good day. I'm about to upset some more people. Give me 1 second. Got to share this. And here we go. So, earlier today, we talked about how hypothyroidism does not lead to uncontrolled weight gain and does not stop people from losing weight. So, we showed scientific evidence, gave you the paper you can look at. Let's do this shit, right? So make America healthy again, because RFK looks like he is going to be confirmed by the end of the day, or if not first thing tomorrow morning. So then the ball is rolling. There will be specials. There will be coaching specials and all sorts of stuff to celebrate the fact that we might actually be able to fight back against the healthcare industrial complex and actually make America healthy again. I am fucking pumped, like you guys cannot even goddamn imagine. So I'm so excited. But in order to do that, we need to start stripping away all of the excuses used by people that claim they cannot lose weight no matter what, or they make excuses for why a person is 500 pounds. You hope I'm right about RFK? I'm pretty sure. I believe that the Vice President of the United States, Mr. J.D. Vance, is flying back from France in order to be the tiebreaker vote in order to have him confirmed. And if not, just putting this out there, if for some reason that they wouldn't do it, I'll take the recess appointment. You can just put me in. I'll probably do more crazy shit than RFK would anyway. So, but put me in, coach. I'm ready to go. Anyway, I just want to let everybody know that these videos that I'm doing is not meant to hurt anybody's feelings. These videos that I'm doing, bringing in scientifically based articles with many, many, many scientific sources in order to show and debunk all of, no. It's lipedema. There's a difference between lymphedema and lipedema. So, how you doing, Carrie? There's a difference between lymphedema and lipedema. You see, lymphedema is a condition where the lymphatic system shuts down, and that's normally found in people with BMIs over 50. And that is a completely other different condition, right? That's where there is lymphatic drainage does not happen because the lymphatic system shuts down, Carrie. So I'll be doing a video about that also, but there's two different conditions. Lipedema is exercise nutrition resistant fat cells that basically get encapsulated that need to be pulled out. But a lot of people use this as an excuse to say that they can't lose weight, or that's the reason why they're fat is because they have lipedema. I hate when people do that, because then they're setting themselves up to make it so that they basically don't want to fucking try. I mean, that's literally how I see it. So here we go. Let me find the article. Here we go. We're good. Boom. This is an article. I put it in the chat. Oh, my battery's going to die. So crazy. But I put it in the chat already, just in case anybody's wondering, and I'll put it in there again one more time, just in case people want it, need it, that sort of thing. But we're just going to read this article, scientifically based. I wrote this article, but I wrote it using AI. AI does all the research for me, and then I put it together, and then it helps me format it and everything like that, just so everybody knows. I don't want to take credit for all the work. I'm doing the work in putting it through AI and formatting and stuff like that, but it is AI that's doing all the research for me. I don't understand why people are not doing this themselves, because if you have a condition, like say you have some sort, like I have another one coming soon. I have another one coming probably in 2 or 3 weeks that is going to present a alternative supplement strategy to statins, like that is completely vastly superior to statins, especially because there's not side effects. And it has like several different mechanisms. So, and we're working with people to bring this to reality, because one more time, 2025, we are going to be making America healthy again. God damn it, my headset's dying. Plug my headset in so I can use it later for evening rants. By the way, evening rants, myself, Mark Globeliner, going to be live 8 p.m. tonight. We are going to do some funny stuff just because we want to keep it light. And then we're going to be talking about Tulsi Gabbard becoming the new Director of National Intelligence, confirmed today. Outstanding. Let's see. Me and Royce. Royce is awesome. Well, I mean, we need to have Royce on Evening Rants again sometime soon, or I need to go on the ROTC again sometime soon. But anyway, let's read this. Let's go. Lipedema does not lead to unavoidable weight gain and obesity. This is complete myth. And this, by the way, for anybody that's wondering who this is Glitter and Lazes, also known as Anna O'Brien, because it's not lasers, it's Lazes, because there's a Z instead of an S. But anyway, she claims that, well, I have lipedema. She cries. It's not her fault. When you eat yourself to the size of a fucking double-wide refrigerator, that's your fucking fault. I don't give a fuck what you have. I don't care if you have Hashimoto's. I don't care if you've got lipedema. I don't care what the fuck you have. If you eat yourself to 500 pounds, it's because you ate your fat ass to 500 fucking pounds. Reality exists. So, here we go. Lipedema is a chronic, often misunderstood condition characterized by the abnormal accumulation of fat, primarily in the legs, hips, and sometimes the arms. It predominantly affects women and is frequently misdiagnosed as obesity or lymphedema. And again, I just described lymphedema to you guys just a couple minutes ago. One of the most pervasive myths surrounding lipedema is that it inevitably leads to unavoidable weight gain and obesity. This misconception not only stigmatizes those living with the condition, but also undermines effective management strategies. In this article, we will explore the science behind lipedema, debunk the myths of avoidable weight gain, and highlight evidence-based approaches to manage the condition by examining peer-reviewed studies, clinical guidelines, and an expert consensus. We aim to provide a comprehensive understanding of lipedema and its relationship with weight. Now, I am just going to say that when they say expert consensus, that would include me, because I have been saying this for a long fucking time. I understand many people, especially those of you that have nose rings and blue hair, do not want to basically consider me as a viable source of knowledge for weight loss, because you don't like the fact that I call you fat to your face, because for some reason I'm supposed to lie straight to your chubby little cheeks. But I am a crazy person when it comes to research. I read so many studies. I put my mind and my soul into this work. I am going to make America healthy again. Myself and Mark Lobliner and my wife started saying the words "Make America Healthy Again" years before RFK spoke them. Years before. Years. We have t-shirts from 3 years ago that say "Make America Healthy Again" on them. We have been speaking this for years. I have myself dedicated my life's work to trying to help morbidly obese people, people with binging disorder, people with food addiction, people with sugar addiction, people that have problems maintaining a healthy lifestyle, to build, maintain, and have healthy lifestyles. This is what I fucking do. I am a best-selling author when it comes to this stuff on Amazon. This is what I fucking do. So I understand that you may not like my delivery. You may not like how I look. You may not like how my tattoos are. You may not like any goddamn thing about me. But the thing you can't say is that I'm wrong, because reality backs me up. And all this bullshit, all this craziness about how being fat is okay, you're just fine the way you are. She has lipedema, so she can't lose weight. She has lipedema, so that's why she's 500 fucking pounds. That shit is in the fairy tale land with a purple sky and a rainbow going across it and a unicorn dancing across it, shitting out glitter on everybody. And we put that shit to bed this past January 20th, because the real world is back. If you're fat because of you, and you are a disproportionate burden to society. So it is important that we start talking about all the reality that makes it so we can then again make America healthy again. Thank you. All right. Now, understanding lipedema, what it is and what it is not. Lipedema is a distinct medical condition that differs from general obesity or weight gain. According to a review published in Nature Review Disease Primers 2020, lipedema is characterized by the disproportionate and symmetrical deposition of adipose tissue, often accompanied by pain, tenderness, and easy bruising. That's in Busso et al. 2020. Unlike obesity, which involves generalized fat accumulation influenced by lifestyle factors, Lipedema fat is resistant to traditional weight loss methods such as diet and exercise. However, the resistance does not mean that individuals with lipedema are destined to gain weight uncontrollably or become obese. The hallmark of lipedema is the independence of caloric intake. A study on the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism in 2017 found that lipedema fat is metabolically distinct from typical subcutaneous fat, with altered adipocyte function and increased inflammatory markers. Herbst et al. 2017. The distinction is critical because it underscores the lipedema is not simply a consequence of overeating or poor lifestyle choices. Instead, it is a genetic and hormonal condition with a strong familial predisposition and a potential link to estrogen-related pathways. And that's Foldy, 2012. Now, the myth that lipedema leads to unavoidable weight gain stems from several misunderstandings. First, the visible fat accumulation of lipedema can be mistaken for obesity, leading to the assumption that patients that are unable to control their weight. Second, the resistance of lipedema fat to traditional weight loss methods can create frustration and reinforce the belief that weight gain is inevitable. Finally, the progressive nature of lipedema, if left untreated, can lead to complications such as lymphedema, which can exacerbate swelling and further confuse the distinction between fat and fluid retention. However, scientific evidence does not support the notion that lipedema inevitably leads to obesity. A longitudinal study published in Obesity Facts 2019 followed women with lipedema over 5 years and found that while lipedema fat remained resistant to reduction, overall body weight did not necessarily increase unless influenced by external factors such as poor diet, sedentary behavior, or comorbidities. Schmettler et al. 2019. This suggests that while lipedema itself does not cause general weight gain, individuals with lipedema must still manage their overall health to prevent obesity, meaning they shouldn't eat like a fucking asshole, like O'Brien. Role of lifestyle and lipedema management. One of the key arguments against the myth of unavoidable weight gain is the role of lifestyle in managing lipedema. While diet and exercise may not reduce lipedema fat, they can prevent additional fat from accumulating in non-lipedema areas of the body. A randomized control trial published in Lymphatic Research in Biology in 2018 demonstrated that a low-carbohydrate, anti-inflammatory diet, which she does not eat, by the way, I'm going to read that one more time. A low-carbohydrate, anti-inflammatory diet combined with regular low-impact exercise, low impact. She doesn't do that either. She does high impact. Significantly improves pain and quality of life in women with lipedema without necessarily reducing lipedema fat. Keith et al. 2018. This suggests that lifestyle interventions can mitigate the risk of obesity even if they do not directly address the lipedema issue. Moreover, weight gain in lipedema patients is often compounded by the secondary factors such as reduced mobility due to pain and swelling. A study in British Journal of Dermatology 2021 found that physical therapy and compression garments improve mobility and reduce pain, enabling patients to engage in more physical activity and potentially preventing weight gain. Powling et al. 2021. These findings highlighted the importance of a multidisciplinary approach to lipedema management, including medical, physical, and psychological support. The impact of hormones and genetics. Lipedema is strongly influenced by hormones and genetic factors, which, by the way, if it's strongly influenced by hormones, estrogenic, you should definitely not eat ultra-processed foods, especially sugar and things like that, because they can produce more estrogen. And you should definitely avoid being fat. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you are worried about lipedema fat, you should not let yourself get fat at all. You should be eating very, very, very low calorie, not very low calorie, but very, very, very low carbohydrate, if not going carnivore. You should be eating very anti-inflammatory, and you should be eating in a caloric range that will allow you to stay at a healthy weight, even if you have lipedema. So anywho, which further debunks the myth that of avoidable weight gain. Research published in Hormone Molecular Biology and Clinical Investigation 2016 identified a link between estrogen receptor dysfunction and the development of lipedema, particularly during periods of hormonal fluctuation such as puberty, pregnancy, and menopause. Sugel et al. 2016. However, these hormone changes do not inherently lead to obesity. Instead, they contribute to the localized fat deposition characteristics of lipedema. Genetic studies have also identified potential mutations associated with lipedema, such as the effect of such as those affecting lymphatic function and fat metabolism. Busall et al. 2020. That was a very interesting study, by the way. These genetic factors explain why lipedema fat is resistant to traditional weight loss methods, but do not imply that individuals with lipedema are destined to gain weight uncontrollably. In fact, a study in Genetics of Medicine 2022 found that while lipedema patients had a higher baseline fat mass, their overall weight trajectory was not significantly different from controls when adjusted for lifestyle factors. So meaning they should not be overly abundantly fat. It's just not reality, you know? The myth of unavoidable weight loss, or excuse me, the myth of unavoidable weight gain is often perpetuated by the complications and misdiagnosis of lipedema. For example, untreated lipedema can progress to lipolymphatic edema, a condition in which lymphatic dysfunction leads to fluid retention and further swelling. This swelling can be mistaken for fat gain, reinforcing the belief that lipedema leads to obesity. However, a study in the Journal of Lymphedema 2020 found that early intervention with manual lymphatic drainage and compression therapy could prevent or delay the progression of lipolymphatic edema, thereby reducing the risk of misdiagnosis. Williams et al. 2020. Misdiagnosis as obesity is another significant issue. A survey published in Dermatology Therapy 2019 found that 85% of lipedema patients were initially misdiagnosed as obese, leading to inappropriate recommendations for weight loss and were ineffective for lipedema fat. Herbst et al. 2019. This misdiagnosis not only delays proper treatment, but also contributes to the stigma and frustrations that fuel the myth to begin with. Surgical and non-surgical interventions. For the cases of lipedema, surgical interventions such as liposuction can effectively reduce lipedema fat without leading to weight regain. A meta-analysis published in Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery 2021 reviewed outcomes of water-assisted liposuction in lipedema patients and found significant reductions in fat volume, pain, and swelling with the sustained results over 5 years. That's Walina et al. 2021. Importantly, patients who maintained a healthy lifestyle post-surgery did not experience significant weight gain, further debunking the myth of inevitability, which is why I really wanted to do this article and put O'Brien at the front of it, because she's had multiple surgeries now and just keeps regaining the weight afterwards. That is very, very contraindicated to leading a healthy lifestyle. Non-surgical interventions such as compression therapy, manual lymphatic drainage, and physical therapy also play a crucial role in managing lipedema. A clinical trial in phlebotomy 2020 found that consistent use of compression garments reduced pain and improved mobility, enabling patients to engage in physical activity and prevent secondary weight gain. Physical activity, nutrition, avoid weight gain. You don't have to get fat if you have lipedema. You don't have to be fat. Psychological and social factors. The psychological impact of lipedema cannot be overlooked. The stigma associated with the visible fat accumulation can lead to body image issues. Well, when you look like the lumpy bag of mashed potatoes, it's going to happen. But again, one more time, you can avoid it. So depression and disordered eating, which may contribute to weight gain. I'm sorry, but personal responsibility. A study in Psychology, Health, and Medicine 2022 found that psychological support, including cognitive behavioral therapy, which Ann O'Brien definitely motherfucking needs, significantly improves self-esteem and reduce binge eating behaviors in lipedema patients. Dudek et al. 2022. This suggested that addressing the psychological aspects of lipedema is essential for preventing obesity and debunking the myth of unavoidable weight gain. Conclusion. The myth that lipedema leads to unavoidable weight gain and obesity is not supported by scientific evidence. While lipedema fat is resistant to traditional weight loss methods, it does not inherently cause generalized weight gain. Lifestyle interventions, hormonal and genetic insights, surgical and non-surgical treatments, and psychological support all play critical roles in managing lipedema and preventing obesity. By debunking this myth, we can empower individuals with lipedema to seek appropriate care and challenge the stigma surrounding their condition. Lipedema is a complex, multifaceted condition, but with the right tools and knowledge, it is possible to manage it effectively without succumbing to the false narrative of inevitability. And I'm going to read that one more time. It is possible to manage it effectively without succumbing to the false narrative of inevitability. That is the most important thing out of this whole thing. It is very, 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 and I'm going to take the Q&A for about 10 minutes. But it's very important that everybody understands that I'm not making these videos or doing these articles to support my own stances. these articles are, this is another reason why I started using AI to do them. I put in a question to AI, AI spits out what I've already been saying just with clinical backing, because that to me is more, kind of more solidifies my stances and shows that I have done the research and work to make sure that what I've been saying for the last 6 to 8 years on this channel and on social media about obesity and about lifestyle changes and about being healthy have all been correct and true. Lipedema, while it is a horrible condition, don't get me wrong, I don't wish it on anybody. I really, really don't. It is not a predestiny to be 500 pounds and the size of your fucking refrigerator, such as Anna O'Brien. It is not a predestined thing for that. It is just not. You eat your way there. If you have lipedema and you never get fat, do you know what you will never accumulate? Lipedema fat. Because if you don't have extra adipose tissue, the adipose tissue cannot turn into lipedema fat. I mean, it is extremely, extremely, extremely important that people understand that you are in charge of your health. Healthcare is not going to the hospital. Healthcare is eating right, getting proper sleep, getting proper stress relief, getting proper hydration, making sure that your nutrition is on point, that you don't have any micro or macronutrient holes. Maybe take a good multivitamin, making sure you get plenty of sunlight or supplement vitamin D. I would suggest that everybody in the United States supplements 5,000 IUs of vitamin D a day for your immune system and for your sleep and for for just to feel better. But also, if you are dark skinned, like if you are black or you are dark skinned in some other way, you should take 5,000 IUs of vitamin D, period, because your skin does not process vitamin D from the sun at the same rate because you have darker skin. It's just reality. It's not racism or anything like that. It's reality. One more time. I will actually probably do an article based on that too. Now, it is important that people understand why I did this. It is important. I wanted to make sure that people understood that everything I've said for the last several years, AI is writing these articles for me. I'm asking it a question and then I'm formatting. You can check out the article. It's listed in the chats. You can check out that right now. You can look for it. I can tell you straight up, go to my X and find them, but I can tell you straight up that every one of those studies is listed that I discussed. You can read all the studies as I have. And you can also see that what I am saying correlates to what is in the studies. We have got to stop making excuses for things that are damaging by lifestyle. We have got to stop looking past the fact that Anna O'Brien claims it's not her fault and people with lipedema claim it's not their fault. And yet we watch these people eat thousands of calories. We watch these people drink sugary drinks. If you have lipedema, you should likely never touch added sugar again. Never, ever, ever touch added sugar again. Your hormones are already fucked up. Your hormones are already fucked up. You don't need a big insulin spike and shit like that going through your body. You don't need, especially, you do not need to start becoming insulin resistant on top of it. That's for goddamn sure. If you have hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, lymphedema. With lymphedema, by the way, lymphedema does not really occur in people unless they're about a 50 BMI or higher by statistical average. It's very, very rare that somebody gets lymphedema when they're at a healthy weight, like super, super rare. And it normally means there's something else that is blocking the lymphatic system. It's not allowing your lymph nodes to drain. It's normally either some sort of genetic issue and or some sort of very serious illness that can be treated, or cancers and stuff like that. So if you have any of these, if you have type 1 diabetes, if you have type 2 diabetes and you eat sugar, you are not very intelligent. You do not need to eat processed sugar. You do not need to have it. You want to have it. Do you want to have it more than you want your feet? People should be asking themselves this. I'm definitely doing an article on the prevalence of lower limb diabetic amputation in America, because it is wild to me, the prevalence. Like in the time we've been talking here right now, there have been probably 15, no, wait, hang on, do the math. There have been 14 lower limb amputations for diabetes in the time we've been talking. Well, I've been talking, you guys have just been listening. But there's been 14 lower limb amputations. There's one every like 2.3 or 3.3 or 2.5 or 3.5 minutes. There is a lower limb amputation in America. There's 445 or 465 a day. I can't remember. Like the ADHD is fucking with me right now. But I'll be doing an article on that and probably reading it probably tomorrow. But we have to get a hold of this. This is all lifestyle related. We cannot just keep compiling illness on compiling illness. And one of the reasons why I wanted to make these videos and do these articles is because we have to stop looking for excuses to stay fat as fuck. We have to stop looking for excuses in order so we can cry victim to our own bodies when you're in charge of what you fucking put in the motherfucker. So let's all stop that shit. And I'll take a little bit of Q&A and we'll go from there. Anyway. Boom, boom. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Christina, I wonder when the tide turned where all of the sudden being fat was okay. It was never like that before. 2019. Trust me. 2019 is where it changed. 2018 is where it started. 2019 is where it changed. Trust me. Trust me. that's where it changed. I was paying very close attention because they were trying to fucking ruin me. Any exercise for people that big must be high impact, even if technically low impact. They can go in a pool. Like somebody that big, 500 pounds, you should be running in a pool. You should go to an Olympic pool that has a 3.5 to 4 foot depth Olympic pool and run in it. That's what you should be doing. Eating balanced meals 3 to 4 times a day, 500 calories, 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs. It's magic how good you feel when you aren't a balanced food intake. Yes. But I would also argue that for a lot of people, 2,000 calories is entirely too much. 2,000 calories for the average woman that is, basically almost sedentary will put them at about 200 to 180 to 200 pounds, which is morbidly obese for the average height woman, which is 3.5 inches tall. I would argue that 1,500 calories and being lightly active for a woman, if they are 3.5 inches tall, will put you at about 135 pounds, which is still on the upper end of probably your weight barrier, unless you are very muscular. Anyway. It is possible to have lipedema. Is it possible to have lipedema in one spot, like one part of your thigh? It's possible, I believe. I would have it checked out. That's for sure. I don't appreciate her lying and twisting the truth. Me either. Anna O'Brien claims she walks 3.5 miles a day. When I was 240 pounds, I couldn't even walk 700 steps. I saw that where she was trying to claim that she was walking 3.5 miles a day. She walked her dog on the trail 3.5 miles a day. Bullshit. I call bullshit. I have 2 spots of lipedema. Know how I found it. I lost 125 pounds of actual fat. I still have 40 pounds to go, and then we will go see what down with the spots. Done with the spots. I see what you're saying. I have a spot on my thigh that's been the same size since I was 15. Likely, I would have it checked out. Other than that, it could be something. There's also fatty deposits in the dermis that it could be too. So you want to check that out. Insurance won't pay for skin removal if you fix your lifestyle and get healthy, but they'll pay for insulin and Ozempic for you to harm yourself with food. It's wild, isn't it? Absolutely wild. 100% wild. Okay, so fairly recent makes sense because remember, to be fat was not looked upon favorably. Oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Lindsay, what's happening? She cried walking to get bagels. I know, it's so wild that she just openly lies. Just crazy openly lies. All right, folks. Hey, I also want to remind everybody that my wife and I do have some Make America Healthy Again specials for our coaching. It is daily communication, weekly video conferences. If I am not your cup of tea, my wife can be your solitary coach instead of me. I know that some people don't really register with me all that well, but you can absolutely join us. It's month to month is $99.99. 3 months is $249.99. 6 months, I believe, is $399.99. And 1 year, we have one spot that still hasn't picked up, is $499.99. So please do pick that up. And my name is Alan Roberts. Some people call me that angry bald man. And I will be back at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight with Mark Lobliner. We are going to be on Evening Rants. We're going to do some funny stuff, and then we're going to talk about politics, and then we're going to talk about everything. And we just kind of let the ADHD fly. So if you haven't experienced Evening Rants yet, please go to Evening Rants YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and click the notification bells on. And I personally We'll be very appreciative. You have a question? Yes. Go ahead. Kick it. What you got? Come on. Come on. I got to go. Yes. Please do. Please do. Please do. Please do. Please do. All right. I will talk to you there. No problem. No problem. No problem at all. No problem at all. I just got to set Crystal up to do her class. So no problem at all. I'll see you then. All right, folks. Thank you very much. Have a great day. One more time. Oh, wait, hang on. I got to do something real quick. Boom, 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 boom. See ya.
The Holy Trinity Bundle isn't just about weight loss. It's about empowering you to find your healthiest, happiest self. Let's talk about what's in the bundle and how it caters specifically to our needs. First, we got Ember, which is not just any fat burner. It's also going to boost your mood, your energy levels, while also suppressing your appetite. And if you're worried about it being too strong, you can split the tablet in half to tailor its impact. Next, we have Alchemy NCT, which turns the carbs that you eat into energy and not fat. Yes, energy, not fat. This is our way of making sure that the meals that you eat contribute positively to your weight loss journey. And girls, we all know that we want that. And finally, No Morbidity. This one's my favorite because it works while you sleep. It burns fat and controls those nighttime cravings without any stimulants, so you wake up feeling refreshed. Try it out and feel the genuine difference. Here's to new beginnings and real results.